By what name are you known?
There are some who call me Tim.
What's up, y'all? It's Javon, the founder of Phx Print Co., your new favorite print-on-demand company offering premium gear for your favorite creators or anything that you want to make. I'm here to introduce you guys to 10 Minutes, Tim McCarthy, the man, the myth, the legend. Let's get into it.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is 10 Minutes, episode 56. I am your host, Tim McCarthy. This is a podcast that focuses on mental health through humor, insight, and personal stories. That introduction was done by the phenomenal Jav from Decent Takes Podcast and now the owner of the Phx Print Company. I appreciate it with the nice words that you said. Jav and me have become really close since starting the podcast. He's a great guy. Please go check out Decent Takes Podcast. But more importantly, Phx Print Company, they're the new creators of my merch. Way better. Look at this thing. I'm wearing a functioning Psychopath t-shirt if you're watching this on YouTube. Anyone listening out there in audio land, I got new t-shirts and new sweatshirts out. You can get them in either version. I have the little cartoon logo you can get on a t-shirt or a sweatshirt. And then you can also get functioning Psychopath on a t-shirt or a sweatshirt. The quality of these products, fantastic. Like really nice, actually. I like the kind of like soft cotton like tee that like makes you look a little bit like more in shape than you are. And the sweatshirts are mad comfy. They have like the white laces too. But this week only, if you're listening to this before this Friday, you can get 10% off with promo code TIM. That's TIM, only one M. If there was any more M's, that would be kind of weird, even though that would be a great name. Tim. But hopefully everyone's doing well. Holidays are coming up. Hopefully everyone's doing good, got their shopping done. I haven't. So that's interesting. I just realized that right this second. So shit. But yeah, so a little bit of update what's going on if you follow this show on the regular basis. I finally got in contact with the place that has my therapist, my new therapist, and was like, hey, well, first off, I slept through my alarm today for my prescriber to re-prescribing my meds, which is never good, but I got him this week to talk, and I've done that more than once, so I'm probably going to get a bill for being late for my own help. Isn't that funny? They'll send you like a bill if you fuck up with your own therapist. It's like if you miss an appointment, which I get. Don't waste people's time. Time is money. Money is pizza. I get that. But it's just kind of funny. It's like some people with mental health issues have a really tough time and they ghost people. But they're like, you know what? You're struggling about money? Here's $100 fine for not getting help, you nerd. But yeah, I called in to reschedule that and I was like, hey, my therapist left and they were supposed to have somebody call me. They're like, yeah, you have so-and-so. And then she was like reading through the list. I'm like, how many people does this lady have? So I finally booked her for like 2 weeks out. Now it's going to be like a month that I don't talk to a therapist, which we'll see how that goes. I've been doing very well. I've been keeping up with my meds, even though they're not fully empty right now. And they're supposed to be re-prescribed. Resubscribed wouldn't be it. It's re-prescribed. Prescribed? Whatever. But either way, even if I'm not taking them on time, I don't know why I'm not, but I am, I feel like. I don't know how that is. I think I just have leftover meds. I keep mixing in the same bottles, but then I said that to my therapist and they're like, like meds can go bad, right? I'm like, yeah, I didn't think of that. Like when the drug Quaaludes, like if you've seen Wolf of Wall Street, that was a drug and they didn't kick in until later. So maybe that's what's going on. Shit. But either way, stick with your meds. But yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting this lady and giving her shit for being late and not scheduling with me. See how she handles me. Again, I told my old therapist Rachel, I was like, whoever you give me, better give them a heads up because I'm bringing it. I'm bringing up all the pain I have, and you're gonna get it. So yeah, a little bit of a fucking crazy week in my family, which is super sad. So my grandpa's doing better. I was talking about him, how he got diagnosed with COVID and pneumonia, and he's just been fighting. He's like 87, just still fighting it, and he's doing a little bit better. I think he's in rehab right now for all of that. But then I got the news that my cousin's wife passed of stomach cancer, which was super sad. Great woman, and it was very unexpected because of such a quick diagnosis. So I went to that wake. I always get wake and funeral confused, which one is which. It was the one that wasn't at the church or the burial. Again, I don't know the difference of them because I'm not smart. But it's one of those things like you see all your family there that you haven't seen, and you realize like how precious time is. And it's unfortunate that like that always has to be the case for those types of those moments. But yeah, it was super sad. But you do have like those little laughs and smiles in between when you see people because you have to. I don't know if this is anybody else, but I feel like every like funeral wake I've been to, like you got to have like some sort of laughter and not just like pain and misery the whole time because obviously that's just going to weigh you down more. So it's always good to have some comic relief mixed in there, which is kind of like how this podcast is. And I do have to say that my uncle, he pulled me aside and was like, "Hey, listen to the podcast. You need to stop swearing." I was like, "Hey, man, I'm trying. I'm trying." He goes, "You do that again, I'll fucking kill you." And I was like, "Holy shit." I was like, "I learned it from watching you, all right?" So, yeah, Uncle Jim, sorry. I'll be better. I try not to swear as much, but it's just so natural and it feels so good for me. So, whatever, fuck you. I love you. And then just recently, my brother's father-in-law just passed unexpectedly as well. So yeah, people are getting like that's just awful, especially right before the holidays, and it's not easy for anybody, and you definitely like appreciate what you have around you a little bit more, and you're like, damn, like stuff like that can come out of nowhere and just like change your life forever. And then I definitely want to talk a little bit more about grief and loss and how people deal with it. Because I was asking a couple people how they deal with it. Because even on the other side, it's very awkward, especially for me, how to like say things or do things to help people. And I just feel like I'm in the way or making it worse. But a quick thing about this, because I had a conversation at the wake about this with other people. So me and my brother had a little bit of a debate because we were going together, and he was like, "All right, I'm gonna shave then shower," and I was like, "All right, man, sounds good." Then I was like, "Wait a minute." I was like, "You shave before you shower?" And he's like, "Yeah, what do you do?" I was like, "I shave after I shower." So we were just battling back and forth about the whole thing. So I'm like, if you shave before you shower, you go into the shower, and I get it. You get all the hair off or whatever. Like, I don't know how much hair is sticking to you that you need to take a shower, but usually the guy at the barber shop's like wiping it off and like hitting you, flicking your neck with the blanket or whatever, the towel. So I'm like, no, dude. I'm like, you go into the shower beforehand, and you're gonna get like all the dirt that you're washing into those pores that are opened up. Like I get if you shower in the shower, if you shave in the shower, like I can understand that because you're just doing it right away. I can't because I don't know my face without a mirror, and I want to make sure because I do it after because the hotness up there. It raises your facial hair. Like look how I have very nice skin on my neck because I usually just shave my neck, but it baffled me. So I took to Twitter, took to other people, and the majority of them take showers. I mean, they shave before they take a shower, which like blew my mind and still blows my mind. The whole thing was like, well, you got to clean up after anyway. It's like, okay, just splash some water on your face or your neck. I don't know. Like, can someone tell me, like, does anyone, I don't know. Everyone was like, you're weird because it's kind of like inconsiderate, I guess, because I'm just making a more of a mess after. But again, I get a better, smoother shave shaving after a shower. But what do you do? Let me know. Hopefully I can get a sponsorship from a razor company or something. They'd be like, no, you gotta shave before you shower. I think that was so fucking weird, so blowing my mind. But yeah, I was looking up like coping with grief and loss because I feel like we've all been there. I've been there a lot. I feel like I've had like every type of death around me, like grandparents, friend from high school, um, relatives obviously, and then like even pets can be just as hard because like you have that emotional support that you're with something every day and then it's gone. Like I've lost like two dogs, I lost my cat, and those were big things. And like yeah, I've lost grandparents and like a friend from high school and stuff, and none of that's easy. And even if it's expected and not expected, it's never going to be easy, and it's a normal feeling to feel that. And a lot of people they just have a hard time getting through it, and they don't think it's ever gonna get any better, which in a way it won't and it will. There's gonna be times it's never gonna go away. You'll never get over a death. You might handle it a little bit better. Like Lindsay's sister who passed, she sometimes she doesn't do well with it on certain days, especially when there's like certain like incidents that come up or like birthdays or holidays or just like wanting to talk to somebody. Um, And it's unfortunate. And I think on the other end, when you try to have support, you just gotta not make any promises. I feel like that's a big one that people do. It's like, all right, it's okay, you'll feel better soon. It's like, no, I probably won't. It's gonna be a while. I think on my end, I kind of just let people like talk or like rejoice about that person or bring up like stories. I love bringing up like old past stories of like even me or like certain people. Like I love reminiscing. That's like a big one. I feel like when you always like talk about someone like they're still here is always good. But everyone's different. For me, I like talking about it. I think getting it out when you're grieving is really good. I asked people on Twitter what they do. I had someone say they sing, go for walks. I had some person say they do a little micro dosing, which I don't know much about. I'm pro like people smoking weed if you're able to and should, but the micro dosing I don't get. It's like a little bit of doses of like mushrooms that like you get like the body high, but you don't get like the crazy like I'm gonna like talk to the bush high. So I don't know much about that, but whatever works in a positive, healthy manner for you to grieve, I think that's the way to go. And never feel like you're gonna relapse either. Like if you think you're getting over it and then get super sad about it again, like that's super normal. And I think another like thing that is tough to do is like plan your days out because things can get overwhelming and you forget to eat, you forget to drink, you like anything. So finding a support system is really good and opening up to a support system because a lot of people want their alone time, which they should have a little bit, but you definitely need people around, and especially just to vent and let it out. Like just talking to yourself can only go so long. I'll talk to myself sometimes on my drives just so I can hear it. I do that a lot. Does anyone else talk to themselves? Do you talk in the mirror, talk in the car, or just like it's kind of funny. We just walk around with thoughts and it's not crazy to us. It's like I'm just thinking about stuff, saying them, and they just sit in my brain. So I think when you present yourself with saying things is a good way. So definitely staying active and busy and getting enough sleep. Again, when I'm in a bad mood, I love sleep because there's no lonely time, just dreams. But yeah, this the support system on the other end is very awkward. I feel like I get very awkward at times with dealing with that. And there's like so many different like types of deaths you have to deal with. I know like people that lost a child, a spouse, the elderly, or lost due to suicide. A lot of people deal with that. But yeah, seek out caring people, express your feelings, take care of your health, accept that life is for the living, and you have like that moment of like, yeah, life is precious, and you do have to enjoy it every day and make sure you reach out to the people that you love because you never know, and that's just a case in point of what's going on this week, which happens to like everybody, and it's easier said than done. Like you in those moments, you'll be at awake and be like, oh yeah, we should get together more often than you don't. I think we've all are guilty of that, which is fine, but definitely stay in contact with people more, even if it's like a text or a call. Which again, I need to be more better with that. And then helping others grieve, share the sorrow, encourage them, talk about their feelings and loss. Again, share some memories. Don't offer false comfort. It was for the best. Oh yeah, when they're in a casket and someone goes, yeah, they look good though. No, no, they don't. They would look a lot better if they weren't dead. So don't say that to me. And someone always says that at a funeral. Oh, they look good though. Yeah. Okay. Be patient with people if you're trying to help out. It's not going to be easy. Encourage professional help when necessary. That's always good because we're a bunch of amateurs. I'm super amateur, so don't take any of this seriously or with a grain of salt, which I don't know what that phrase means, but I get it. There's a lot of those. Like I know the saying, I know what it means, but I can't explain what it means, if that makes any sense. I love analogies and alliteration. Those are my two favorite things. I wish I had examples of them, but those are my two favorite things. And then practical help as well, like helping somebody cook or coming by with food. There's always that one person, that one friend or family member that's great, that loves cooking. They bring over like way too much pasta. And then you're like, all right, I got way too much pasta. I can't eat this. And then you start calling more people. So it actually works out. The person that brings over all that pasta, the person grieving is like, this is too much pasta. And they don't want to waste it. So they bring more people over to eat the pasta. So pasta is another thing that brings people together. Just keep bringing pasta and then it will bring the party. The party pasta posse, triple P. But yeah, if you're having trouble with grief or loss, it's definitely not a weird feeling to go through because it's inevitable. Death is inevitable, and I don't know if I'm afraid of death. I probably would be. I always think about like those weird scenarios I would be in, like if I was like on a plane. It was like these are thoughts I have, so don't judge me. Like if I was on a plane, it was about to crash. I feel like I would be scared, yes, but I feel like I would be okay for the sense of like, all right, at least I got my phone and headphones, and I always think of like what song I would listen to and just try to like just just enjoy that final ride. So yeah, if you fly with me, that's what I'm thinking in my head every time. So do not fly with me, and remember that. Even though I love flying, flying's the best. I love the people watching. There's always the people that get up too early when the plane lands. I don't like you. You're making it very anxious for everybody. Like you're standing up awkwardly, like your head is ducked underneath the overhead carriage, and you're sitting there, and the lady sitting next to you is not standing up yet, and you're making her more awkward. And we're not going anywhere. The door's shut. How about you just wait a minute, and then we'll all get out together in a single file line? Like, where are you going? It can't be that much of a rush. Whatever. I don't know. I need those people, those fucking people. Sorry, Jimmy. I was like talking about these little apps that I found, which I thought was interesting because there's a couple of them that I did look up, and there's a few that I use or have used, and definitely want to go over them a little bit. I went to verywellmind.com, which I get a lot of my information from, and it was like the best mental health apps of 2021. So I looked up a couple that related to me, and I'll post this link on the show notes if you're interested. But I downloaded To-Do List, which is helps with ADHD. There's eMoods, which helps with bipolar disorder. Then I feel like everyone knows the Calm app, which is like meditation. Then there's Talkspace, which I looked at a little bit, but it's one of those accounts when you sign up, you have to give a ridiculous long and obscure password. So I'm still trying to look into it, but that one's for therapy where you like talk to therapists, and I believe you probably have to pay a little bit of a fee. Like everything isn't free in life, but a lot of these are free. And Mood Fit was the best overall, and I've never heard of that one, so I took a look under the hood on that. And you set daily goals. You have a mood journal, a gratitude journal, assessments, therapy, and it says there's a code for free 7 days, which is free X7. But when I was doing it, it didn't show where I could pay because I wanted to look to see how much it was, and I could not find it while I was using it. It seems super easy and friendly, user friendly. It's user friendly. But yeah, check that out if you're looking for some apps. Like I'm on my phone as it is. I'm on my phone too much, and I keep telling myself that. So a lot of these apps help with that, like getting yourself in order. The To-Do List is going to be great for me because of the ADHD where I get so sidetracked with everything, and I try to keep things in order. Like today when I missed my my appointment to get my pills refilled, it's like I have the alarm on my phone. The alarm goes off, and I don't know what I do that I don't realize it. I've done so many different settings. There's a setting on your phone, which I did it for this number now, it's called bypass mode. If you go into the edit of the phone on iPhone, you can click text or ringtone to give them a special ringtone, but there's a feature that if you click bypass mode, even if your phone's on silent or whatever, anyone that calls that you set up will come through no matter what, which I think is great. So if I'm sleeping and I have my phone like off so it doesn't make any noise, but if my mom calls at like 4 a.m, at least I can hear it and you won't miss a call. So I think I got to go through my contacts and figure that out and make sure that I have the appropriate people that are important enough that if you call me at 2 a.m, I will pick up, and I will probably give you a little bit of an attitude because I don't like being woken up. And it takes me a minute to figure out what's going on because I'm usually like in some sort of like weird dream. But yeah. Let's finish up with this. There's a band I want you guys to check out. GA20. They have an album called Does Hound Dog Taylor. They're a blues band, and they're local from Boston. Pat Fahey and Matthew Stubbs formed in 2018 in Boston, Mass. And now they have their drummer, Tim Carmen. Pat is a guy I trained with jiu-jitsu with at my gym years ago. I haven't seen him in a while, but I've been talking to him and I've been listening to the music. I'm a big music guy. I like blues. I don't know much about it, but the blues are like really good, like chill music when you're just like sitting there or like driving. Definitely check it out if you're not really into it. I'm not into like the blues. Definitely give it a whirl. need some good chill music here and there. But very happy with all of his success going out. I believe they just won an award for the Boston Music Awards, I believe it was. I forget the name of it. All these award shows have like wonky ass names, but really good to see good people doing good things. So shout out to Pat and his band GA20. And then this is my podcast recommendation. I do a podcast fantasy football league, and I just got eliminated by this podcast. Not too happy about it. They barely made the playoffs by 10 points. I was the number 3 seed, and they beat the brakes off me. Hops Geek News, Mash and Hoppy, they couple beer nerds. Their show is a blend of nerd news and culture brewed with a hoppy dose of aromatic beer. Yeah, whatever. They beat me, okay? Great people, great podcast. Check them out. I know their recent episode they just talked about the new Spider-Man movie coming out and had like a Nickelback reference. Like, these two are ridiculous, but go and listen to them. Tell them I said hi. Follow them on all the old social medias. But thank you guys for listening to another episode of 20 Minutes, episode 56. Again, be sure to buy my new merch, Functioning Psychopath, and the basic cartoon logo. You can get that at phxprintco.com. That's phxprintco.com. You can get that in the show notes. And use the promo code TIM to get 10% off your order at your checkout. I've always wanted just a promo code. I couldn't think of a good one. So I was like, you know what, just do Tim. Make it 10 times easier. Because I could have made it super complicated, because I'm super complicated. But you know what the deal is, guys. I love you so much, and have a good one. And we're clean. This podcast is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition. If you are feeling suicidal, please dial 911.